dreams in my mind. Tell my mama I'ma make it, need a little more time. Long as I stay on my grind, I can make it in Hollywood.
Hey, Lee.
My destiny, I'm grabbing these galaxies, I'm tracking. These prophets did me crookedly, now I'm a prophet. Look at me, this wax and riches mystery is going down in history.
Thank you for coming to see us, Lee.
Don't give no fucks, this beat is what's up. It's about time to see what's inside. Not for the ride, get left to the side. Not for the flow, get watched. I got big dreams in my mind. Tell my mama I'ma make it, need a little more time. Long as I stay on the grind, I can make it.
Thank you all for coming. The four of you.
Yeah!
Don't leave. Where are you going? Thank you both. Thank you. We've seen you before. You're back.
I came to the block party at the harmonica.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Are you all leaving?
Yeah, we're coming to talk to you.
Okay, great. Carlos's roommate.
Damn.
Thank you for coming. We had lunch if you didn't. Thank you three for coming. We're just hanging out here all Sunday.
I think there was one other person that. There was, another guy, film actor, was actually cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was really cool. So
I'm not-
was
not
the
cool enough
film.
to stay.
It was deeply moving.
Oh, thank you so
Oh,
much.
no, I cried. There were.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So profound, and the poetry, every spoken word was, everything was clear, and but it just touched me so much because there was no waste in it, you know. There
Thank
was
you
no
so much.
fluff.
Thank
It was
you.
like pure, solid honesty. And
What-
also the beauty of it, it was my Los Angeles. In other
Aw.
words, driving around at night, seeing the city, and feeling with people and then alone at the same time. It's just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I know we don't want to keep you here too long, but maybe the five poets, you can just say hi to you, tell you a little bit about how they ended up here.
Yeah.
And then we have some posters that I want to give you, if you want them.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm MJ. I did the Korean scene in the restaurant.
Yes.
I'm a wrote, and then my poetry is also featured in the scene as well. I got lucky; I got to write my own scene, which was very fulfilling. Lily?
Hi, I'm Renee. I played myself in the movie, kind of just a high school kid, about to move on to college, and that was my true story at the time. So, yeah.
Hi friends, Hi friends, I'm Hannah. I wrote a lot of the dialogue in the movie. I also was this fictional podcaster person.
We got that.
What'd you say?
Recognizable.
Yeah, and I got involved in the project because I was actually teaching and coaching a lot of the young people in the film during the time when we started production and when we first met Carlos, which is wild to see them all where they're at today. So that's kind of how I got involved, and that's my role in all this.
Hi, I'm Paulina. I was in the red lipstick scene. I was a poet in there and I did a little bit of writing, yeah, and acted there.
That was a fabulous scene.
Yes.
That whole thing with your
Thank
mom.
you.
I don't know if that was your mom, but anyway. It was your mom.
Everybody who was working on it was just top notch. Just everyone was just like so good, and so when it all came together, it was just like magic.
I'm Marcus. I play the Lyft driver who
Oh.
offers too many things. I also run the Impact campaign for summertime, and that is my role now, which is also.
So were you also the vendor in Venice?
No, that was Raul. That is Raul Herrera. He is a super special guy. He's probably in West Covina right now with his family. But yeah, you're talking about Squirt Squirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Squirt in the limo, I thought, is that the same guy?
Yeah, it is. You caught it. You got it.
I thought it may be, I'm deeply moved. It may be I grew up in LA, this is my city, my parents are gone. The notion of home was so deeply moving, and it threaded through so much of the film, this notion of home to the individuals. Annie and I were saying we wanted to come to hear from people your age, about our city and to
Mhm.
understand your perspective on this place that we love. And it was more than I ever dreamed. It was just phenomenal. It's a beautiful film. And I hope a ton of Angelinos and Parisians and New Yorkers and everybody sees it, because it
Thank you
was
so much.
such a statement for our time. Perhaps COVID makes it even more poignant.
Yeah.
George Floyd, all the issues that we've dealt with in the last 2 years. Somehow, you guys made this in 2019?
Yes.
It's just like so remarkable. It just reflects everything of today before it happened. Well, it didn't happen all along actually, but whatever.
Thank you. If you have any thoughts or questions, yes.
I've seen the film before. I love it. I love about the film is all the different locations. You really cover so much of the city, so many different corners of the city. I'm curious, with the poems, did you have those locations in mind when you wrote them, or how did you decide where to set each one, and how did you reach out to the owners? Were they open to it? Were they excited for it? What was that like, finding each place?
It was a little bit of both. Some of the poets came in with very specific pieces that they wanted to use. Some of them, like Benet, for example, wanted to develop something new for the movie. Some of them adapted their pieces. And the first thing that we did is, based on the pieces, the existing pieces that poets wanted to use, we essentially just like laid them out in a bit of a map of LA, and we knew that we wanted to start on the west side, and then essentially just follow a route further and further into the city. So we're like, Mila wants to do hers on a bus, so that one's a little bit of a joker. And MJ really wants to do hers in K-Town, so we know where in the movie that's going to be. And then it was one big puzzle trying to figure out if we needed some connective tissue, or like how do we get from K-Town to downtown LA, or we still need a poem that, for example, I think Benet's and Lee's, as we were developing the movie, we realized that we didn't have any poems in any sort of like personal spaces. Like it was mostly outside, and that's when we started talking about this idea of doing one inside someone's home, and then they sort of like just wrote this beautiful, beautiful piece.
Wow.
So it was just like one big workshop.
Yeah, it's amazing how it all threaded together. It's just remarkable. The home thing and what you said at the end, the home and the heart. I don't know why I'm not asking you questions. I'm just trying to give you feedback. This
That's
is so
okay.
amazing. Did you all know each other?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, how did that come about?
Marcus and Hannah were our coaches. Yeah, we were in an organization that did spoken word. So technically, Marcus and Hannah are like our mentors. At least for me, completely, because we all came. Me, Benet, and Paulina. We were part of this organization when we were high schoolers, and then Marcus and Hannah became teaching artists. But we all met. Like Benet and I graduated the same year. Paulina is just 1 year behind us, but all of us.
I'm actually a year younger.
That's right, because Benet and I were together from the same time. Basically, we're all the same age. Like, we were all born in 2000 or not.
Yeah.
Oh, one.
In terms of Get Lit, like I am a year behind you guys.
Yeah, so, but basically, essentially, all of us knew each other because we were part of the spoken word organization in high school. So we all are performing and writing together for like a couple of years. And then summertime was like the next list, the next item on the list.
Well, we just want to say thank you again. We have how many?
Can I add a
Of course.
thought as a person who loves LA and loved the film, and how you get more people to see it?
Yeah.
And you're going to talk about impact, I guess, whatever that means. But if there were a map,
I love you.
and if I could buy the poems after seeing the film,
Yes.
you've got it.
Do I have something for you?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. You wanna? Yeah.
Yeah, here, show you. All right. Oh, this is really loud. So we run an impact campaign, and basically that's a super fancy way of saying we couldn't stop writing, so we wrote a book. It's called Summertime Odes to LA, and basically it's a culmination of our writings from the movie, and then obviously all of these poets are writers outside of the movie, so you get to read a bunch of their writing as well outside of the film. And also it just has so much art, like so much visual art as well. I think we had like over 50 visual artists donate pieces to this book. And we actually have a little bit of a challenge for y'all, if you feel up for it. And basically what it is this book is signed by all of us here, And essentially what we're asking folks to do, because we want as many people to read Summertime and to see Summertime, is read the book, mark it up, put what you love, put what you don't like, put every thought you have about the book in here, sign your name, and then pass it to somebody that you feel could also use a poem. And then we're just gonna do a little chain. So then you would tell them to pass it, and then it just keeps on going. So, would one of y'all feel up for that challenge?
Yeah,
Sandra.
yes, in a minute, but and I wanna like keep the book, so I will pass it forward, but I would like to know if I could buy the book too.
Yes, so you can go to summertimeodes2la.com, and we are selling them there. And Amazon, excuse me, it's also on Amazon.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
kidding, that will make me like them. How smart of them to do something wonderful. There's a woman that Anna and I know who's from Metro Art Program. She programs the art for Union Station. And she had seen Summertime and said, wouldn't it be amazing? You know, Ciclavia's having its 10th birthday party.
Oh, it would be such a dream.
10/10/21. Could we, could we show Summertime and get all the people from Ciclavia to come to
Yeah,
I
it?
made that decision.
That would be the dream. I mean, I feel like what's most exciting to me about this movie is, like, we're having our theatrical run, and it's a small independent movie, and also just the times are not necessarily the best for independent films. But I think that the life of this movie is just going to continue, and we're having an educational component to it, and I think we're just going to keep screening it at organizations and having like free community screenings, and I think we're just going to keep it going as long as it lets us. So that would be the dream.
I think it could be like Tom Anderson's movie, which some of you may have seen, LA,
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
That
What-
plays itself.
What is it?
Plays itself.
Plays itself.
Plays
Yeah.
itself. Los Angeles plays itself. I mean, that will never go out of style.
Yeah.
Your movie will never go out of style.
I don't know why we're using these microphones.
I just like holding it. It just makes me feel like old times.
No, I really
Get
do.
it out of my
I really do have this vision of Summertime though. Like in 50 years, I really do believe it's gonna be like some cult classic, and
Yeah.
some young Angelina's gonna unearth this movie and be like, oh my gosh! And it says July 2019 like on the title card, so it's like we have cemented July 2019.
Well, the
So-
fact that
Yeah.
there were people on the boardwalk in Venice, I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
That was before times. Yeah, did you see Summer of Love?
I have not.
Oh my God, it's incredible. And then it happened at the same time as Woodstock and got zero
Summer
coverage.
Soul on Hulu.
I love it,
The Questlove,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's amazing.
yeah,
But you
yeah,
guys,
so-
thank you very much. We
No, thank
really
you.
are glad we came.
We have big posters or we have small posters.
Oh, we love them.
So just let us know which
And
you
who would
prefer.
we contact about Ciclavia teaming up with you?
I can give you my number or
Okay.
email. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Thanks for coming, you guys.
Thanks
for
so
spending
much
your
for
Sunday.
enjoying.
We're just
with
hanging
us.
out here all day.
That film editor, he was pretty interesting. He yeah.
He's shy.
So I'll write something and pass it forward. Then can I